Hello, everybody. I'm Pamela Marshall. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope you are staying well wherever you are, whatever you're doing. It is a wonderful day to have in my studio Jeniffer Webb, who is an author and best-selling author.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Thank you. And an incredible coach and motivational speaker. I've had the privilege of being in your workshops many times.
Thank you.
And every time, always so good. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be here with you.
And of course, what everybody is talking about is the coronavirus. What are you doing? How are you managing?
I've decided not to panic.
Not to
That's
panic?
a good start.
Okay.
Yeah. I find it amazing, as we had a talk before we started, how people are reacting to this. And my thought is we need to be paying a lot of attention to what we're thinking and then change it accordingly, because otherwise, man, we're more contagious than the virus. If I panic and if I'm fearful and I talk to you and you react to my emotion, you know, that mirror neuron thing where how I'm feeling impacts you and you pass it on. It is more contagious than the virus, so we need to pay really close attention to how we're thinking. We have the opportunity to choose how we're thinking, and it matters a great deal. It really does.
Talking about how we're mirroring, or we do mirror, not only what other people are saying, but what we're watching. Their emotions.
We react from an emotional perspective, absolutely.
Hey, Warhol, how are you? And Pamela Davis, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well in managing. You have employees. Pam Davis is the executive director of the Gainesville Housing Authority. The responsibility of employees, and then the responsibility of 3,000 plus people who live in public housing. What is your recommendation? I mean, first, people have to manage their own personal feelings.
Yes.
Then you have employees who are looking at you.
Yes.
And wondering, what am I going to do if I get sent home? I think you're going to do a video perhaps on how employees can help transfer or transition.
Or how employers can help employees transition without panic, actually continue to do whatever they're doing, but it's the new normal. Things aren't the way they were, and they may not go back to be the way they were, but we know we will get back to some kind of normal, no question.
Whatever that normal is.
Whatever that normal is going to be.
Yeah, so Jeniffer Webb is an author and a coach and a motivational speaker, and has worked for companies like NASA and
CIA. Honeywell Space Systems, American Airlines, Microsoft, Apple, a bunch of others.
Quite accomplished speaker. Rub some of that off over here.
So is she, as we know.
So, what is your recommend? You know, it's so easy because we watch the news and we want to believe what we are seeing and hearing. But how in the world do you manage when everything is just going absolutely crazy?
I think you start by deciding that just because people tell you everything is going crazy, I don't have to react. Yes, of course, I want to wash my hands. Yes, of course, if I have someone or I am somebody who has a compromised immune system, I'm not going to go out and breathe around strangers. But other than the common sense things, if we had a regular flu epidemic, I want to pay attention to how I am responding. I want to create a sense of safety, of calm, that things are going to be all right. How do we do? It starts with us. If you're an employer, if you own a company, if you're self-employed, I've got to start with looking at how I'm responding. And I wasn't joking when we were talking earlier, and I said when I hear people go, oh my gosh, 20 more people are dying in this part of Florida. Wait a minute, it's kind of like saying, did you know, Pam, there are zombies out there? And if you believe what I'm saying, then where are the zombies? And so it's deciding, yes, there's something serious, but I don't have to take it to that degree of panic, because then I am simply going to make you panic, you make somebody else panic, and it just keeps on becoming an epidemic of fear rather than how can a group of rational human beings work together, care for each other, and solve this. One of the things that I like to talk about when I speak is the acronym ANTS, Automatic Negative Thought Syndrome, and that's what's happening now. So I need to pay attention to what I'm thinking, because I'm self-employed, and it would be easy to have this dialogue going on in my head right now. Okay, so I'm supposed to be in Manhattan working Thursday and Friday. They canceled it because, as you know, New York is shut down.
Yeah.
So I could have this dialogue
Right.
about how terrible things are going to continue to be. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help anyone. So I need to argue against this and say things like, yeah, things might be bad right now, but you know, I just finished reading this amazing biography about some people who had it so much worse than me. They found unique new ways to survive. I can too. So it's arguing against this belief. Then it's going back to look at people who have done what we haven't even had to begun to do. And one of my favorite heroes is Viktor Frankl. He was a Jewish psychiatrist. He was in three concentration camps, and he said, I have more freedom than my guards because I get to choose how to think. And he took this, he started something called logotherapy. With purpose, I can do anything. Right now, with purpose, I can find a way to feed my family. I can find a way to look at how I run my company from a different perspective. Do we have more virtual? Do we have more videos? What are we doing differently? And he survived the concentration camp, and he watched other people who said, why bother? And they just didn't wake up. And he watched people who said, I've got to see whether my wife or my daughter survived. And they survived. So the will of the human mind is amazing. We have so much more ability to choose how we think and not to react, but instead spread something like, hey, you know what? It's going to be okay. Let's see what we can do to make this work for us. And let me go check my neighbors. And let me go check the parishioners that I haven't seen in church, or now we're not going to church, but let me make sure the older folks are okay. So it's taking care of the community and at the same time not reacting, because we absolutely have choices. And I love to talk about happiness as a skill and choice, and so is misery. So I'm not saying anything is easy, but I'm saying look at how I'm responding, how I'm reacting, because I'm going to impact you and my neighbors and my family and my employees. So that's where it starts.
Good stuff today, Jennifer.
Thank you.
I really appreciate all of you all joining us. I hope that you will stay at peace, be calm, because regardless to what is being said on the news, the creator of the universe did not get demoted. And as Harriet Tubman said to Frederick Douglass, when Frederick Douglass told Harriet, you can't go back and get any other people, any other slaves. And Harriet looked at Frederick and said, are you trying to tell me that my God is dead?
Oh, I love it.
So regardless to what they're saying on the news, are you trying to tell me that God is dead? He's not dead. He's still the creator of the universe, and the creator of the universe is in charge. You hold on to that. You hold on to these things that we talked about today, living in the moment, and let's create a pandemic
of appreciation.
A pandemic of appreciation. And we appreciate you all so much. Please like and share. Watch it over and over again, and visit Jennifer Webb's website. And as the economy and conferences start back, I know that you're going to be booked many times over, and things are going to be much bigger and brighter than they were even before, because we're starting this pandemic
of
appreciation. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Pamela Marshall at the Wellness Radio TV. Remember, there is healing at the well. Make it a great moment. We'll talk to you next time. Take care.